everybody, welcome back to my channel. I'm Maureen, and today I'm going to be sharing with you everything that I've made in 2025 so far, plus my sewing plans for March. Now, before we get started, I do want to say forgive me. For some reason, my allergies are really acting up today. So I've got like a little throat lozenge and whatnot, and I've been sipping my tea, but if I sound a little nasally, that's why. Also, by the way, if you're new here, I'm Raven. I am a sewing content creator, small business owner, and a Nomi pattern designer. All right, let's get to the good part. All right, so the first thing I made this year was my Nomi pattern ME 2107, which was for my sew along. Now, this was a red two-piece outfit. I used this beautiful twill, Millennium Stretch Twill, that's what it's called, from Z-Law Fabrics. And I have a fabric haul from when I purchased it here. But y'all, I love not only the red, like the color of it was really nice and vibrant, but I loved the twill. The twill was chef's kiss. It was amazing. It was probably one of the best twills I've ever sewn with, and it was worth every penny. I would absolutely buy that twill again. And a lot of you commented, a lot of you liked the outfit, but a lot of you commented that I should have did the red for my cover. Of course, hindsight is 2020. I happen to agree with you guys. I should have done the red for my cover, but again, you're not thinking in that mode when you're, taking pictures for your pattern cover. So anyway, after that, I made McCall's pattern 8438, which was my quilted jacket, or quilted coat actually. And I bought this pre-quilted fabric from Hobby Lobby. I had this lining fabric, this lime green lining fabric from Telio, and I put them together, and it just created something really beautiful. You guys saw me cut this up in my batch cutting video. This is like one of 6 projects that I actually cut in that one video. But this coat on and offline got so many comments. I actually wore it to St. Louis, and it got comments in St. Louis, or I should say it got rave reviews in St. Louis, and again, it was great online as well. The other thing about this coat was that the design was fairly simple. It's no fuss. It's easier than it looks, and it was just a great project, and I have a video on how I constructed that as well. One of the other projects that I did, and I had a hard deadline for this next project. I was very adamant that I had to finish it by Valentine's Day, because this was Joe's shacket. So this was Simplicity Pattern 9388. If you've been subscribed to this channel for a while, then you know that this is my 3rd time making a shacket. And you guys have been asking me for years at this point to make a sew along for this shacket. And in making Joe's shacket, I thought this is probably the best time to do this video for y'all. So I did go ahead and do that, and I got it done in time for Valentine's Day, and he was able to wear it in St. Louis, and he looked awesome, and he was really excited about it. And then I also noticed that this was the first winter garment that I have made for Joe. And it was fun, and it wasn't bad. It was a good project, so very excited about that one. So y'all, don't laugh at me. There was I also made Simplicity 9679. Now, if you are having deja vu about this, yes, I have made this before, and when I tell y'all, I could not find this shirt anywhere. Like, I have looked in all the closets in the house. I have searched every laundry pile, dirty and clean, can't find it anywhere. And so I said, you know what, I'm gonna make it. And I was certain that as soon as I made it, I was gonna find the shirt. I made the shirt again, still can't find the old one. So I washed my hands of it at this point. And I have a new shirt now. I'm gonna try and hold on to this one, make sure I don't lose it or it doesn't leave my sight. But this one actually fits a little bit better because I used a more resistant knit fabric. The first one was like almost like a t-shirt fabric, and it really like stretched out throughout the day as I would wear it. Like the neckline would sag, like all these things would just kind of start to droop. And I find that this one has a little bit more resistance, and so I'm glad that in my second version of this, I was able to make it better. Okay, and then now this was supposed to be for Valentine's Day, but again, running out of time, trying to get the shacket done and all that. I did make the pink version of Simplicity Pattern 9851. Last summer, I made a white version, and I decided that I wanted to make a pink version to match the pink bias slip skirt that I made last Valentine's Day. And when I made that skirt, I honestly made it because I thought it would be cute and great. And then I realized I have like virtually nothing that matches that. So when I made the blouse this year, I ran back to Hobby Lobby and I was like, please, I hope that this poly satin matches my skirt. And it did. It does. And I was able to kind of make like a faux dress out of it. So I love this top. I loved it when I made it in white. I love it with the bias slip skirt. I think it's absolutely stunning. And I don't want to say, oh, I can't wait to make another one, because I feel like, you know, 2 is enough. But if I made a third one, it's not that bad. But I do love this top very much. And I love how it looks with my pink skirt as well. It's draping. The drape is draping, y'all. It's beautiful. Okay, so one of the other things I made a lot of pieces that are like my favorites right now. One of the things that I made was Simplicity Pattern 3011. This is a Mimi G pattern, and I love this jumpsuit. So this was another batch cutting project. You guys saw me batch cutting this in that video. Now, I literally was using edges and all sorts of pieces and playing Tetris to make sure that I had enough fabric for this fleece jumpsuit. And I had to improvise and actually buy rib knit for the cuffs because I ran out of fabric to make cuffs. And my pockets on the inside are green, but that's okay, right? But I love this. And I fell in love with it when I saw it in real life, or I should say when I saw a jumpsuit like this in real life. I was at the mall and I saw this lady with a very similar Nike jumpsuit, and I was like, I know that, I have that. So I was like, you know what, we're making this. So I don't normally use lavender. I'm not a lavender girl, but look, I was inspired, right? But I wanted this to be lavender. So I had this fabric from Melanated that I had never really cut into. I had just 3 yards of it. Obviously, because Melanated had closed, there was no way of me buying anymore. So I literally had to make the 3 yards work, right? And y'all, that jumpsuit came out so beautiful. And if we're being totally honest here, that was another outfit that I was supposed to make for St. Louis, but January, I was just sewing so slow and I was a little unmotivated, if I'm being honest, and I never got it done. But I'm kind of glad that I didn't wear it to St. Louis, because if I had wore it to St. Louis, I would have been catching dinner rolls in that thing, and I wouldn't want to mess that up. Like, I have pretty much like a little grease stain on my hoodie from that night when they were throwing rolls. So I'm really glad that I didn't finish that in time for St. Louis, because it's beautiful and I took my time with it and it's great. So yeah. So let's talk about what's coming up next. And so I still have 3 projects left in my batch cutting bucket that I have. And one of them, I'm kind of worried that the time has just gone by, and that's this pattern here, Simplicity Pattern 9688. I cut this out in a wool fabric, and I'm like, it's March 1st. We're already hitting like 70 in the afternoon. Like, I don't think this is gonna work out. Come on, I don't think this is gonna happen. So I may have to save this for the fall, but the great thing is that it'll already be cut. So there's that. But there are some other things that I did have cut and are ready to go, and they're sitting behind me. And that is McCall's 8434. And I'm doing a hybrid of this. So I'm doing the sleeves on this view here, but I want it to be a shorter length. So it will be contrasting with white and navy blue. And yeah, I'm excited for this. I'm hoping that this is a easy sew, hoping. And then I have another Mimi G jumpsuit or boiler suit, however you want to call it. This is Simplicity pattern 9822. I actually cut out the version with the tapered leg, and I have it in black twill cut out behind me. And so yeah, I'm actually excited to sew this one up. And I want to get started on this one first. So this may be my first project in March, but don't quote me. Okay, and then I have two projects you guys have not seen before, and I'm excited about these as well. So this is Simplicity pattern 9756. Y'all, I don't know about this top right here, but I love A and B. I think that, oh gosh, y'all, like I love it. I love this. And so I bought this fabric from Fine Fabrics in Atlanta when we went to Atlanta Frocktails last year, and I bought it with the intent to make this pattern, except for when I bought it, it was May, so we were already inching towards 90 degrees, and that wasn't gonna work, not in this Mississippi weather. And then the fabric I chose, I was like, this wouldn't work for fall, so I knew that I would have to wait for this springtime to actually make it. So this is kind of like a crepe de chine almost, like that's what it looks like on the wrong side. This is the right side. I love the daisy florals on it. I think that's going to be so cute, very pop art. I'm very, very, very excited to make this. I don't think I'll do a sew along on this just because the pants are like pull-on pants and the blouse is basically a button-up. I think there's enough on the internet for this type of outfit, but I may do a vlog just kind of sharing my process with it. Okay, so the next thing Vogue 2047, and okay y'all, there's a story here. So this dress, you guys, I had planned to do like a whole Valentine's Day vlog. Like I was like, oh, this will be so cute. I'll make this perfect, right? I teased it in my Instagram stories like, hey, I'm thinking about doing this. And somebody was like, knock, knock. Hey, have you looked at the instructions for this? And do you know what an underlining is? And they weren't coming at me in any kind of way. It was more like information, like very informative. Like, did you see what I saw? And I was like, I didn't see anything. I just picked it up and said, looks good. Because my toxic trait is that I don't look at the instructions until it's time to cut the fabric. So then I said, well, what does it say? So y'all, I'm in for a treat. So this requires an underlining, which I had to look up on ChatGPT. I was like, what is that? A who what? It also includes some sort of like stitched in boning, muslin. You also need silicone gripper tape. So there's a couple of things here. There's a couple of elements to this. This is very much an advanced pattern. It's actually listed as advanced. And I don't pay attention to that grading scale either. Yeah, you know, all the warning signs were there about this pattern. And I was like, it's just a week before Valentine's Day. I can do this. Not. So I did get all of my notions that I need for this. So that's good. And then I had ordered my fabric from Zloft the same time that I had ordered the red 12 fabric, right? And so this is the lining, by the way. This is the stretch Mikado that I'm gonna do with this dress. So this is part of my March plans. I don't know if I'm gonna vlog. Maybe I will, but I feel like this is going to be a nice learning process. Because I've looked at the instructions. A few of you have even mentioned like, please do a practice one before you cut into your pretty fabric. So I appreciate all of the advice. I welcome it. But let me know if you would like to see a process video on this. I can't promise that it'll be a sew along. It's probably just going to be a process video. All right, you guys, I want to thank you so much for watching that video. Now, if you like this channel, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. And let me know which project you can't wait for me to sew up. I'll see y'all next time. Bye.